track of her knitting needles. She loses as many as she buys.
Perhaps she was knitting in some other room.
She said she'd lost it in here.
Everyone's a mite confused. What with poor Miss Lucy taken ill and Mr. Harker expected at any moment. Oh, how I do admire that Mr. Harker. A brave soul.
I give up. I can't find it.
If you ask me, Dr. Quincy is out of his element with Miss Lucy.
What a thing to say.
Miss Lucy has something physical. He's used to dealing with the mind. I heard him tell his sister he was thinking of consulting a specialist.
You shouldn't eavesdrop, Flora.
Can't help hearing what I hear. Besides, I hope he does consult a specialist. Miss Lucy isn't herself at all. I don't mean her being weak and sleepy.
What do you mean, then?
I mean she's different sometimes.
Different? What gibberish?
You know how kind she is and gentle.
Indeed I do. Lovely young woman.
Every once in a while she flashes angry and her voice becomes harsh, almost cruel. Sometimes I have to turn around and look at her, not certain it's Miss Lucy who's speaking.
When people aren't feeling well, they have a tendency to become irritable.
Maybe. Still, I wish Dr. Quincy would call on that specialist.
Quite the hike back from the village.
Why are we in the village?
It's Wednesday. Wednesday is always my day for the village. I visited my brother.
Does he still walk on the wharves?
Where else would he work? He was raised by the sea, and I suspect he'll die by the sea. Saltwater gets to the man's blood. That whole village is in a state. What about the maritime inquiry? You know, that ship that came into the harbor last week. It's in quarantine, isn't it? Not any longer. The vessel was from Finland, carrying cargo from river ports in some place called Transylvania. 3 of the men died on the voyage.
From what?
Anybody's guess. Seems the crew had the eerie feeling someone or something was a stowaway. What do you mean, something? I'm going to repeat what my brother told me. 2 of the sailors simply disappeared. One was heard crying out before he was lost for good.
Crying out what?
Save me! Save me! They couldn't find a trace of the man. Overboard, apparently. Seems most of the lads are suffering from anemia.
Anemia?
No, anemia.
Just like Miss Lucy!
That's not even the best part. Or worse, depending on how you look at it. There's more. One of the sailors swears he saw a tall, thin man walking the deck. A ghost, he said. Seems to me as if Dr. Quincy will be having a few more. Yes. No. The truly interesting part is about the cargo. At least part of it. What about the cargo? 8 coffins. You said coffins? I did. When the harbor authorities pried the cover from one of the coffins, what do you think they found? Nothing, I hope. Filled almost to the brim with some foul smelling earth. Fancy. Shipping dirt from halfway across the continent. Who would do such a thing? Our neighbor. Neighbor? The consignment was addressed to Carfax Castle. It's been sold to some foreign gentleman. Grim said he saw lights in the place. Surely the new owner hasn't already taken up residence. I wouldn't know about that. My brother says the customs report listed 8 coffin-shaped boxes containing gardening earth. I must be about my duties. I'll be Dr. Quincy's study. I don't like the sound of that. Foreigners have strange habits. There's healthy strange and unhealthy strange. What Nurse Cassie described is not healthy.
Best not to tell Miss Lucy. It would only upset her.
Dr. Quincy promised me a spider.
It's that disgusting Mr. Renfield.
Mind your tongue. Remember, he's a guest. Quick, fetch Grim. Tell him Renfield's out again.
I don't know why we don't give him the key to the front door.
Now, Mr. Renfield, you know you're not allowed in this part of the house. What are you up to? What are you doing?
Mine.
What have you got there?
All mine.
I'm going to get Dr. Quincy.
What do I care you do? Go away. I have important plans.
Dr. Quincy! Sir!
What? A gun? How do you do it, Renfield? You're regular Houdini.
You're not going to take it away from me.
What?
He's caught with a fly.
He's mine, I tell you.
You know flies, Renfield. Come on. Let's have it.
No!
Oh! That's a little revolting habit you've got, Renfield. You know flies. What's the disturbance?
Renfield.
Grim, you've got to keep a better watch on him. I try my best, Doctor, but he keeps on getting out. It's like one of those flies he fancies.
What do I care about flies? I'm through with flies. I want nice, fat spiders.
If you'll excuse me, Doctor, I have things to attend to.
go along. Tell me, Renfield, why do you care for spiders?
Spiders are stronger than flies.
I seen bombing once before, Doctor, but Renfield hasn't beat by the mile.
If only you knew what was going on.
What do you mean by that?
Ask Miss Lucy.
Why should I ask my niece for anything as far as you're concerned?
Give me a spider and I'll tell.
Take him away. I'll send Miss Cassidy with the sedative.
I don't want a sedative. I want a spider.
That is enough of you, Renfield. Come on. Let's go.
Did you hear the wolves?
Shut up.
Only you
What
knew.
about Doctor? Curious case.
Sorry to intrude. You are Dr. Quincy.
I am.
I am Miss Anya from Dr. Badhock's hospital in Budapest.
Wonderful to hear. Where is Mr. Harker?
With his wife, she met us outside. He brightened immediately, so I thought it best to come on ahead.
Loving reunions can do as much as medicine in cases like these.
I have his records here.
I will study these with great care. I appreciate Dr. Bartok's concern. How is Mr. Harker?
He's made tremendous progress, but he is still a dangerously ill man.
That's sad. We must bring him around. I would appreciate your staying on this case for another week or so, but it wouldn't interfere with your plans.
I do not plan to return to Romania until the first of the month.
Splendid. I shall have many questions.
I am at your service.
We'll see that you're made comfortable.
You are most kind.
Oh, how I've dreamed of this moment.
You're home, dear. Your worries are over.
Jonathan, please sit down.
It's so good of you to want me here, Dr. Quincy.
Rest is what you need, Jonathan. You'll get it here.
Oh, Miss Anya has been an angel, and Dr. Bartok was a saint. I don't like to think what would have happened to me without their help.
You're back home, Mr. Harker, with your loved ones. Think healthy thoughts. Do not dwell on the darker side of man's nature.
You ready, sir?
Oh, yes, this is Miss Anya from Budapest. Show her to her room. See that she's made comfortable.
If you follow me, miss, feel free to consult with me whenever necessary. Dr. Quincy.
I shall.
What a strange thing to say. Do not dwell on the darker side of man's nature.
She's had a terrible strike.
Brain fever can be most serious.
I couldn't convince Dr. Bartok that my ravings were anything more than delusion.
Best put whatever happened in Romania out of your mind.
No, I advise against that. Delusions locked up tight have a tendency to fester. I should like to hear what happened on your trip.
Are you sure that's wise?
You must leave these matters to me. Here with friends and wife, Jonathan should feel safe.
I don't like to recall that trip.
I insist.
I'll try. I went to arrange the sale of Carfax Castle to an obscure nobleman.
His name?
Dracula. Count Dracula. The people who lived in the vicinity of his ancient castle were terrified of the name. They said that he and his wives were...
Continue.
I think I'm getting a headache.
You mustn't be evasive, Jonathan. What did the people say of Count Dracula and his wives?
They said that he and his wives were vampires.
Superstition.
I put them down as being little more than ignorant peasants.
You met this Count?
His carriage met me. That part of the world is like a page from history. The roads are little more than rotten paths. He terrified me from the moment I saw him. I could think of nothing but a vampire. At first everything seemed routine. I never saw him in the daytime. There were no mirrors in his fortress, and then it happened.
It?
My meals were always brought to me by Count Dracula himself. I don't believe there are any servants. I was shaving. He came into the room with a tray. He saw I cut myself. He saw the blood. He dropped the tray. The sides of blood turned him into something hideous. His lips rolled back. His teeth were like fangs, and I can't go on. I won't go on.
Cassidy! Cassidy!
Let Jonathan, it's all
I was
right.
his prisoner.
Prepare an injection for Mr. Harker. It will calm you down. You'll sleep.
I don't want to sleep. I have dreams.
Don't just stand there, Cassidy. Do as I say. Spoke of dreams.
Must continue.
One recurring dream. I see, standing in the moonlight, 3 young women with masses of lovely hair, all with pointed white teeth and dark red lips. They called to me. They whispered together. whispers that could never come from human lips.
What's happened to him?
A temporary state of blocking recall, not uncommon in such cases.
I don't understand.
His mind simply refuses to accept the validity of what he's seeing. Heavily, he blocks it out. My job will be to remove those blocks. Should do it.
Doctor, I'm afraid I need your help. I can't do a thing with Redfield. It's beginning to upset the other patients.
Best come to Nurse Cassidy. I may need you.
You must think me mad. I know how this must sound to you.
Rest.
I think I'd like to go to my room now. Would you get Miss Anya?
You're sure you'll be all right?
Yes, I'm going to be fine.
I'll only be a moment.
Jonathan Harker!
Jonathan Harker.
He is as I remember him. He is young and strong.
Go on, you first.
We shall follow.
How dare you touch him! Any of you! I have plans for Jonathan Harker. When I am through with him, then he shall be in your power. Until then, he is mine. Go!
No, no, no!
Wake, Jonathan Harker. I command you.
You!
Do not interfere with my plans, for if you do, I promise your life will be a never-ending torment. Be warned. There are bad dreams for those who sleep unwisely.
Did I dream again? Were they here? Dracula? Dr. Quincy! Miss Anya! He's here! He's here!
What's wrong, sir?
He's here! He's out there!
Sir?
Don't go out there! He was here, I tell you!
Flora, close the doors.
Yes, Doctor.
Sit you down, Jonathan. You feel better. No! Just an overreaction to the injection.
They were here, I tell you! Dracula and his wives!
We're dreaming.
No, I was not dreaming! Can't you understand? He is here! Count Dracula! We are doomed! Do you hear me? Doomed! Dracula is here!